All right, guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Channel. Today we have an old 1987 Ranger 396 with an old Evinrude two-stroke, 200 horse outboard. And, well, she's not running right. She's dying at idle. She's having trouble getting up on plane. Just not running right. So we've gone through and done a compression test, and we got two cylinders that aren't behaving very well. We think we have some internal detonation that we got to look at. So we're going to get her taken apart and see what's wrong with her. Stay tuned. And there's the problem. Water mixed in the oil.
Milky substance there. I don't know, is that what happens when water and oil mix?
And yes, we're mixing alcohol with auto mechanics today. And if we look at the lower unit, there's something missing. So Austin, this has been in the family for the last few years, right? It's never quite run right.
Quite run right.
So now it's yours. You did a little compression testing, and what'd you find?
We don't have any compression on the first top two port cylinders. So I think it's cylinder 2 and 4 is how they number those.
All right, so you've done the work. You've taken it off with the help of your neighbor. It weighs, what, probably a couple hundred pounds, right?
Something like that.
And we're just a couple of guys in a garage with a handful of hand tools and a couple of things you bought at Harbor Freight. So we got a pile of parts, it looks like. What do you got there?
We got a flywheel, we got the heads, got the reeds, part of the cowling. This is the carburetors and air box. If you look in this box here, this is what you do when you don't know what you're doing. Bags and label them. That way I can put it back together, hopefully, without issues.
And we got the rest of it over here. And so we had some piston failure. Why don't you talk about that for a second?
Right. So at some point in this engine's life, it overheated for whatever reason. Still unclear. But what happened here is we've got piston 2 on the port side. The skirt, well, it came to pieces. And those pieces started going around, and also got piston 2 here. We got this will be piston 4 technically. We got a nice crack that I've repaired.
So we got a little bit of JB weld there.
We're gonna go with it. It's a 80s motor, not looking to put a lot of money into it, so this is what we're gonna go with. I will say, just a heads up, service manual, clutch, comes in handy. Get yourself a service manual.
So the goal here is to try to put this together for a few $100 and see if we can save the motor. You got a couple new gaskets coming hopefully tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow.
And we're gonna try to put this together and see if she runs. And because we're a couple of idiots doing everything by hand, that's what we're using for a honing tool. And we honed out 2 of these.
These 2 here.
Let's see if, I don't know if the camera will pick up. Maybe, maybe not. And we've got a couple of new pistons there in the mix with the old ones. All right, we got the engine hoist. The engine is back on the lower unit. We're losing daylight, so we got a little bit of light. Now it's a matter of putting her back together. 145 foot-pounds, two of us holding that flywheel just to get it torqued to spec.
Power related. It's all fuel and oil related. Also fuel and oil. Goes up underneath. This is my trim switch.
All right.
That works. Here we go. .5 on the GPS, turning at 5,600 RPM.